I have on a wrinkled shirt right now. I wear it anyway. Why? Because I don't care about what y'all think. I have on pink, gray, and lime green socks right now. Why? Because I don't care about what y'all think. I like them. I really do like them. My mother-in-law bought them for me. And I love my mother-in-law. How do we start caring about what others think? I think it's more so on how do you stop caring about what the wrong people think?
Stop. Think about it.
Okay, because caring about what others think isn't necessarily a bad thing. For an example, I care about what my wife thinks. Why? Because just having that notion and thought allows me to serve her more and love her more. But on the negative side of caring about what others think, it can do some harm. In the book of Galatians, Paul confronted Peter about caring about the criticism of other people. But when Peter came to Antioch, I had to oppose him to his face. Ooh. For what he did was very wrong. When he first arrived, he ate with the Gentiles believers who were not circumcised. But afterward, when some friends of James came, Peter wouldn't eat with the Gentiles anymore. He was afraid of criticism from these people who insisted on the necessity of circumcision. So the actions of Peter was a contradiction to what he knew was true. He knew that Jesus brought about a new covenant. He knew that God accepted Gentiles by faith and not by obeying the law. Peter was intimidated by what the friends of James thought concerning this. They were still holding on to tradition. They wanted to prevent the communion of Gentiles and Jews congregating together. They didn't want to accept the fullness of the gospel. And Paul wanted to keep the gospel from being corrupted, so he had to confront Peter. And just like Peter, we can be a slave towards the criticism of other people. And that can stem from a place of wanting to be accepted by everyone. And we are called to be bold for Jesus. Number one, we are called to be bold for truth. So there was a guy that I had built a relationship with. He was in ministry. He had a sports ministry. And one day he sent out an email that was articulating and selling his new guide that he put out for athletes who wanted to share their faith on social media. And I thought like that's pretty interesting. As I began to scroll down more, I saw his pitch, and his pitch aggravated my spirit. And he was like, if you are an athlete that want to share your faith on social media and you are afraid of losing followers and receiving negative comments, then this guide is for you. And I was like, what? Like, that's so watered down and filled with fear. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to just mind my business, exit out this email, and go on by my day. But my spirit was just so aggravated that it wouldn't allow me to go on by my day. So I had to confront this guy out of love, as Paul confronted Peter. Because as Christians, we are called to be persecuted. We're not going to be liked by everybody. Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Rejoice and be glad, because great is your reward in heaven. For in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you. We're living in a time, man, where Christianity is so watered down and we're trying to be liked by everybody. We're afraid to offend people. But as ministers and teachers and evangelists and prophets, whatever you call yourself, if you are a minister of God's word, everything you say isn't going to be accepted. When you look at the scriptures, disciples of Jesus were flogged for talking about him, and they rejoiced. They called the apostles in and had them flogged. Then they ordered them not to speak in the name of Jesus and let them go. The apostles left the Sanhedrin rejoicing because they had been counted worthy of suffering disgrace for the name. Their suffering was evident that they were true followers of Jesus. Why? Because Jesus said that my followers will be persecuted. Their persecution and their suffering made them rejoice. But nowadays, instead of us rejoicing and being persecuted, we want to rejoice in gaining notoriety and being accepted by everyone. If you want to follow Christ, you should expect to lose some followers and have some negative comments and dislikes. Why? Because Jesus said that it will come, and that's going to be evidence that you are a true follower of him. Because he wasn't liked by everyone. He wasn't accepted by everyone. So how do we triumph over this thought of caring about what people think? I would say, worry about what God thinks. When I think about what God thinks, when I go by how God feel about it, or how God think about a situation, or a relationship, or whatever it is, that makes me feel more confident because I'm following God. I'm on his side. Okay? So I pray that encouraged you. I pray that it challenged you. So comment below. Tell me, how do you deal with this? How can I pray for you? Do you struggle with this? I would love to pray for you. Stay encouraged. Be blessed. Have a good day.